Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Ortiz. This is my speech analysis on the first inaugural address by Franklin D. Roosevelt. A speech can change many lives. A leader can guide a nation and overcome many obstacles. This speech motivated those who were living in fear. Change is what the nation was searching for as a campaign to overcome the Great Depression. Franklin D. Roosevelt gave the speech to help the American people overcome the Great Depression. Franklin D. Roosevelt, as he was more popularly known as, was a president that many people could not fully understand. Franklin D. Roosevelt was confident that he could convince the American people that they would do the nation great service if they would support him again for president in the critical times. Franklin D. Roosevelt was trying to motivate everyone that this great nation will be revived, endured, and also prosperous. Today, I will discuss why I found Franklin D. Roosevelt's speech important in American history. I'll simply tell you my analysis speech by giving you details of the opening speech, the setting, as well as the pathos, ethos, and logos that are given in the speech, the conclusion of the speech, and why you will be interested in the impact it has caused for the audience. I'll give you specific details about this speech. I'll give you the setting and a preview of the opening line. First off, it happened on March 4th, 1933 at Washington, D.C., where many people, important people in our history, as well as Martin Luther King, has given his speech at. Second of all, the nation was suffering through a period of time known as the Great Depression. Third off, the opening line was truthful and direct. It regarded the national state with regards to its current situation. Ethos, pathos, and logos consist a persuasive speech. Here are some of that I found in the speech. First off, ethos. Public felt Hoover did not do enough to alleviate. Second of all, for pathos. Return courage and devotion that befit the time. Logos can change enough to create an idea to power a campaign. Speeches must have important conclusions. Franklin D. Roosevelt explained his conclusion, speech conclusion, and connection with his audience. First of all, many Americans saw this as a memorable conclusion. Second of all, he connected to his audience by motivating them to support him again. Third off, a great speech that caused an important impact. The speech that Franklin D. Roosevelt gave was supportive and not just to himself but to the American nation. It was one of the most popular speeches in history. It caused an impact in the lives of those who were part of the Great Depression. It makes me proud of how our nation can come together and unite as one. This experience shows how our country can stand against all odds. My point for this speech analysis, it took place at Washington, D.C. when the American nation was devastated by economic turmoil. Second of all, I demonstrate a few examples of the logos, pathos, and ethos in the Franklin D. Roosevelt analysis speech. Franklin D. Roosevelt requested for the people to support his plan to improve the country. The Americans respected their president and conjoined as one. The first inaugural address will forever be in our history, and it is important how a nation can unite even at delicate times. Well, my father has told me that his great-grandmother told him that back then they had these specific papers that you had to give in order to receive the food. For example, you have certain papers saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G. For example, G is for milk, and in order to get the milk, you have to give the person in charge the G card to get the milk back. And sometimes they'll run out of food within that week, and the only thing sometimes that they'll have to offer left was just rotten meat or anything that's rotten that wasn't good still. So my great grandmother basically got shoes, boots, and boiled them. They basically almost starved to death, so they ate their own shoes. They'll gather up shoes and they'll eat that sometimes because they were trying to survive through the Great Depression. Everything was going down at this time, and happy to say my great grandmother overcame it. She was part of the Great Depression, and hopefully we learn that not just by one person's example, but many others out there that have survived it, that we can overcome many things together. And Franklin D. Roosevelt, like I had mentioned, he was not focusing on himself, but for the nation, what he was trying to do to conquer, uh, to motivate them to keep going. That there's nothing to fear but fear itself, like I had mentioned before, that he had said in his speech. So he just had them keep going, reaching out to them, saying that we can do this. And we did. The American nation has overcome the Great Depression, and happy to say we are doing somewhat well right now. And I hope you enjoyed my speech. You understood fully what I was trying to tell you. Um, I was trying to make it very informative for my audience, for all of you that are watching my video. And it is important to be educated on our history that has caused a difference in the world. And I hope you enjoyed it. May all of you have a great day and good luck with your speeches. Thank you. I'm Stephanie.